Diego Maradona's net worth, Hand of God legend's wealth revealed after World Cup 2018 antics. Diego Maradona's peculiar behavior during Argentina's game with Nigeria in the final Group D clash at the World Cup 2018 has people talking. Gary Lineker wondered whether the former Argentina player's antics could see him become a laughingstock. The World Cup winner was seen celebrating wildly after Lionel Messi put Argentina in front, then proceeding to fall asleep during the match and ultimately celebrate his nation's win and progression to the last 16 with rude gestures. Maradona, who has played in 4 World Cups including Argentina's famous Mexico 1986 win, was forced to declare that he was fine after his behavior at the Nigeria vs Argentina match raised fears for his health. In a statement posted on Instagram, the former footballer said, "I want to tell everyone that I am fine, that I am not, neither was I interned. In the halftime of the game against Nigeria, my neck hurt a lot and I suffered a decompensation. I was checked by a doctor and he recommended me to go home before the second half. But I wanted to stay because we were risking it all. How could I leave? I send a kiss to everyone, thanks for the support." Maradona dismissed concerns for his health, though he did admit that he had a lot of white wine. He sent a WhatsApp recording to a journalist, which said, "Where we were they were only serving white wine. Yes, we drank all the wine, but now I'm talking to you and I'm telling you the truth." The Argentinian icon, known throughout his career as the El Pibe de Oro, the Golden Boy, is no stranger to controversy, having been banned from playing football twice for drug use. He started using cocaine during the mid-1980s, while he was still at Barcelona, and continued to struggle with the addiction to the drug until 2004. Maradona is likely to be present at the last 16 clash between France and Argentina on Saturday, June 30th. Here is all you need to know about Diego Maradona, including what is his net worth, his international career with Argentina and cocaine ban. Diego Maradona was born on October 30, 1960, in Buenos Aires, Argentina. At the age of 8, Maradona was scouted by the Argentinos juniors and made his professional debut on October 20, 1976, just 10 days before his 16th birthday. He spent 5 years with Argentinos, scoring 115 goals in 167 appearances. In 1981 he moved to Boca Juniors for £1 million. Maradona only spent 1 season with Boca Juniors, winning the league title with them, before moving to Barcelona in 1982 for the then world record transfer fee of £5 million. The player's time at Barcelona was controversial to say the least. Maradona's career with the Catalan club was hampered by a bout of hepatitis and injury, but even then, he showed enough glimpses of his genius to win the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup, and scoring 38 goals in 58 games. Maradona also became the first Barcelona player ever to have the honor of being given a standing ovation by the Real Madrid fans in an El Clasico match at the Bernabeu. Only 2 players since have received such an honor, Ronaldinho and Andrés Iniesta. However, Maradona's time at Barcelona was abruptly ended after he snapped at the end of the 1984 Copa del Rey final against Athletic Bilbao, which Barcelona lost 1-0. Having suffered countless fouls and kicks throughout the game, and playing against Andoni Goicoechea Olascoaga, the butcher of Bilbao, who broke Maradona's ankle earlier in the season, the Argentinian made his feelings clear at the final whistle. Maradona knocked one Bilbao player out cold with a knee to the head, before aiming a punch and a kick at anyone in a Bilbao shirt. The King of Spain Juan Carlos was in attendance when the match descended into a full-blown brawl between the 2 teams' players. The punch upended Maradona's Barcelona career. He was quickly sold to Napoli in 1984 for the another world record fee of £7 million. Maradona spent 7 years at Napoli, becoming a club legend very early on. Napoli had never won the Serie A title, but they managed to do so within 2 years of Maradona arriving. In his glittering, though controversial time with Napoli, Maradona won 2 Serie A titles, the Italian Cup, the Italian Super Cup and the UEFA Cup. He played 259 times for the club, scoring 115 goals. Maradona scored against everyone in the Serie A from Juventus, AC Milan and Inter, to a 40-yard volley against Verona. Unfortunately, Maradona's time with Napoli ended on a sour note. He wanted to leave the club at the end of the 1988-89 season when Marseille came calling, but, despite being told he could after he won Napoli that season's UEFA Cup, which he did, the club ultimately refused to sell the Argentinian. Maradona then missed the beginning of the 1989-90 season, and despite helping the Azzurri win their second league title. On March 17, 1991, Maradona failed a drugs test, when traces of cocaine were found in his urine, after the Napoli vs Bari match. He received a 15-month ban and never wore the Napoli shirt again. Maradona went on to briefly play for Sevilla and Newell's Old Boys, before returning to Boca Juniors in 1995, for 2 years. Maradona's glittering career has seen him win the Golden Ball Award in the 1986 World Cup, voted joint FIFA Player of the 20th Century alongside Pelé, as well having his second goal against England in the '86 tournament voted the goal of the century by FIFA.com voters in 2002. Diego Maradona's net worth is estimated to be $100,000, £75,000, according to Celebrity Net Worth. The former footballer and manager is currently involved in a legal dispute with Italian authorities, who seized up to £38 million from him back in 2013, accusing the former Napoli star of not paying his taxes during his 7-year stint in Italy. Italy's tax authorities previously confiscated possessions such as 2 Rolexes and a diamond earring. Diego Maradona has played in 4 World Cups. His first, the 1982 World Cup, failed to be the platform on which he showcased his talent. He was sent off against Brazil, which turned out to be the country's final match. However, the 1986 World Cup is another matter. Maradona, captaining Argentina, dominated the World Cup in Mexico, and that was made abundantly clear in the space of 5 minutes in the quarter-final match against England. In the 51st minute, 114,580 people inside the Azteca Stadium in Mexico watched the little Argentinian score illegally with his left fist. England defender Steve Hodges' interception just outside his own box saw the ball being flicked back to keeper Peter Shilton. However, Maradona was on hand, quite literally, to punch the ball into the back of the England's net. Despite England's robust protestations, the goal stood. After the game, Maradona said that the goal went in a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. To make matters worse for England, Maradona went on to score a second goal 4 minutes later, dribbling past most of the England players from the halfway line and ending up scoring an incredible solo goal. Arguably the greatest World Cup goal of all time. Despite Lineker's late goal, Argentina knocked England out of the 1986 World Cup, 4 years after the Falklands War. Maradona pushed his team to the final where they beat West Germany 3-2, with Maradona setting up Argentina's winning goal with 7 minutes of normal time left. Maradona captained Argentina to another World Cup final in 1990. But couldn't replicate the 1986 victory, with his nation losing to West Germany 1-0 in the final. The player's 1990